What do you know? What do you know? Le magazine anglais qui vous permet de baigner dans la langue de Shakespeare. What do you know? Une production et une réalisation de RAMATOU EYAWOLE.
Hello, faithful listeners of the Mother Station Radio Lomé. I'm delighted to have you around for our discussions of today's Saturday. The host is RAMATOU EYAWOLE. For our discussions of today, our guest is Atutonu Komi-Do John. You are welcome to the studio of Radio Lomé.
Thank you, RAMATOU.
Our faithful listeners would like to know you more.
Yeah, firstly, I will say thanks to Radio Lomé for making me do this honor to invite me to this prestigious station of the country. My name is Atutonu Komi-Do John. I'm an economist and then an international consultant. I provide services like language services and then human resource services to international organization. I'm a service provider to the Common Currency Program, the Money Echo.
Okay.
And then I have other clients like the FAO, the UNDP, and so on.
Okay.
That I provide language service and then human resource and sometimes research as a less level. And I'm also a lecturer. I taught economics at Alliance Française d'Accra and French for Business and Economics at the University of Ghana, Legon. And then I'm a visiting lecturer for entrepreneurial development in the University of Lomé. And then for the purpose of this program, because we are going to talk about farming and farm management, the manpower, we mentioned a matter of somewhere getting to the end from what RAMATOU has told me. You have to talk about the health of farmers. Then let me mention that I'm also a paramedical of a French laboratoire by ISPEA. Yes, that's all. I have all other specialities, but I think...
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Mr. Atutonu Komi-Do John, for accepting our invitation. When we talk about sector in economics, what does that mean to those of us who did not know much about economics?
Yeah, I may not go straight to points, but I will state firstly why our ancestors, economists, have thought of the word sector. Because economists or an economy is a vast area. So, and then very diversified also. So to put order in the things for the matter of learning and also to organize work about the economics, that is why they thought of how to share the economics, the economy for activities and operations that are interlinked or correlated. Then they find the word sector. The sector is the macroeconomic classification. If I say macroeconomy, that is the economy that is done by the authorities. The economy as a whole and looked at from a point of view of controlling it by the authority. So they share this vast domain in three sectors, three components, if you call it so. So this is where that's the origin and the reason, the rationale behind the use of sector. Then you have three sectors in economics, which are agricultural sector, that is also called primary sector. But I'm suggesting we will talk about it when we are going on. I'm even seeing its importance. I'm saying that they should rather call it prime sector. In French, they will say secteur premier. This is what I'm suggesting. Because without agriculture, we can't do anything, any other thing. The other sectors that I'm going to cite, that these are secondary sector and tertiary sector, depend at a large extent of the primary sector. they depend on agriculture, because without agriculture, we can't have industries, we can't have factories, manufacturers. And then without agriculture also, there cannot be services and trade. Because if you want to analyze, you look thoroughly and then deeply into trade and trading activities, you will see that agriculture is playing a bigger role. Even in the building sector, agriculture is playing a bigger role. Because the obvious thing is that the one that is going to build, the mason or the quantity surveyor or the engineer may eat before and then you drink. Then all is coming. They are using wood.
It's from agriculture.
It's from the bush. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for your explanations. Our faithful listeners can also be part of our discussions. If you have any question about the topic that we are talking about today we are talking about agricultural issues.
There is an answer. Someday we will know, and you will ask her why she had to go. We live and die, we laugh and we cry. You must take away the pain before you can begin to live again. So let it start, my friend, let it start. Let the tears come rolling from your heart. And when you need a light in the lonely nights, carry me like a fire in your heart. Carry me like a fire in your heart. There is a river rolling to the sea, you will be with her for all eternity. But we that remain need you here again. So hold her in your memory and begin to make the shadows disappear. Yes, let it start, my friend, let it start. Let the love come rolling from your heart. And when you need a light in the lonely nights, carry me like a fire in your heart. Carry me like a fire.
Mr. Atutonu Komido, can you tell us something about the relevance of the term sector in the practice of economics?
Yeah, when they are talking about practice of economics, we will have to study it at two levels. We have economics as a lesson that it is taught. Even what we are doing now is like a lecturing that we are doing. People may learn from what we are doing. So for learning purposes, and also when they are learning in an advanced level, there will be the issue of specialization. So that is why they share the economics in three sectors, so that things should be done in an orderly way. So that we have to learn and then study things based on fields and domains. So that is for school, for learning purpose, and also for the use of the public. Because you cannot say economics and then that's all, because it's too diversified, it's too large. So also sector at the authorities level, because what I explained as at now is for schools and the people. At the authorities level for control and supervision purposes. Because the authority wants to look transparently in what is going on and follow up. for decision making. That is the relevance, that's the reason why the term sector is there, to make the government have a clear view on how the country activities are moving.
Okay, Mr. Atutonu Komedo, what is the rationale behind the implementation of sectoral approach by authority and decision makers?
The authority is the authority, is the master, is the government. Governments must have control, but to have control on something, you must know the details. You must know the components, and you must know what the thing entails. But it's like when they say agriculture, and then primary sector, the government should know that they have to encompass. The government may know that the sector encompasses agricultural activities, livestock, and then forestry, mining, and so on. So that is the reason why the government is always excited to know sector by sector what is going on, so that it knows that when it puts all this together, you have one item that is the economy of the country, but with the details that are well known and well controlled.
Okay.
And then the purpose of the control is to make sure that businesses that are going on in the country are operating, and the government will have its revenue. That is the tax that we pay to the OTR, if in the Togolese context.
Okay, thank you very much again for explaining the sectoral approach by authority and decision makers. And now, Mr. Atutonu, can you tell us something about exactly agriculture sector entails?
When we talk about agriculture sector, as I said it previously, they can also call it primary sector. Not that they can call it primary sector, but in the practice, they say, and then that is the technical word, is primary sector. And then I am suggesting that they should say prime sector because of its importance, and then its relevance, and then the weight that it has in economics as compared to what the other activities are. Then we have the primary sector, and then the secondary sector, that is the industrial sector, that is doing with manufacturing, and then we have the tertiary sector, that entails the services and trades. But one observation that I will make is that in recent times, services, because of the development of information technology, are taking an advance, and then it's even attracting donors and the international community, and the programs for fundings are now extended to trading. Initially, the priority was given to agriculture, but from a certain time, I can't remember the year, but there is something we call the Doha Declaration. In French, they say Déclaration ministérielle de Doha. That is the ministerial declaration of Doha. When you look at it, you can search it from the internet. You see that at the point 2 of the declaration, the importance and the relevance of services for development, and then the impact on poverty alleviation is mentioned there. And so it's like the services are now coming, they are in advance of the trading, trade activities, and also trying to compete with agriculture in terms of donor funding.
Okay. Okay, thanks for telling us what exactly agricultural sector is. Mr. Atutonu Komedo John, can you tell our faithful listeners the reason for your personal involvement in agricultural research?
Yes, as I say, so many people ask me questions especially when I was in the field.
Hello, we have.
When I was in
please
the field,
hold on, we have a caller. Hello.
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
We are fine. May I know the one calling and where you are calling from?
My name is Folashade, calling from Glecomen.
Okay, Auntie Folashade, what question do you have for us?
Thank you very much. I would like to ask our guest that is on the program that what is the meaning of if we say farmer and hunter?
Farmer and hunter.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay, my guests will let you know about your question. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, a farmer is somebody who practices agricultural activities. Is somebody who farm. That it means the person plants or sow something, like it will be corn, it will be maize, it could be cassava or yam. The person is farming. The one is putting something in the ground, and then it grows to be something that may be eaten. But the hunter is somebody that also is in the primary sector, but used to hunt, used to kill animals for his living.
Okay.
And then it's also a profession.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody is a hunter. You have the traditional hunters and the modern hunters.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is somebody who kill animals with a weapon. It can be a common cutlass.
Yeah.
The other day, I was going to the field, and then I met a big snake. The length was about 3 meters,
Wow.
very big.
Very big snake.
And then I was not very bold to approach it, but somebody was passing, and then he killed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
hope-
that person is a hunter.
Yeah.
He kill it. He can kill if it's a grass cutter or whatever, or an elephant or whatever. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. For the question that I put before you before the call came in, I said,
Yeah.
Can you tell our faithful listeners the reason for your personal involvement in agricultural research?
Yeah, the first thing is that I'm not normally a farmer, but I try to challenge, to take up a challenge. I was doing a research work to identify the possibility and the opportunities that could be explored when it comes to farming in dry season.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm very, very happy of the outcomes. And then I do everything in that period of time like farmers. I dress like farmer, and then when I'm coming back, I carry firewood to the house. And then, one time I fell in the river that I had to cross, and I sleep on my feet, left feet slip on a stone, and then
so
before
sorry.
I say, yeah,
You
but
were
all
already
these
on
things
the
are
ground.
amazing to me because
It's a
I
journey
try
of
to
life.
live all the difficulties the challenges that a farmer faces in his life, and then I do the work myself from the sowing up to the harvesting, and then it was vegetable farming to see if in the months of November and December there is a possibility to really farm.
Okay.
That was the reason of my involvement, and then I'm not doing this work for myself. I'm doing it for the nation, because the outcome of the stock taking that I've made, and then I will communicate it to the authority in charge of agriculture. Yeah, because already I have a link with them. We are working on high cost of living.
Okay. To reduce the high cost of living.
Exactly. That is a concern to me. For more than 14 years, I'm working on a project. And then I came out in 2022 with an innovation that was largely popular, because I organized a breakfast meeting with the journalists. So it was published on TVT, and then all the Radio Lome also. I have the listen.
Okay, thanks for all that you told us about your involvement in agricultural research. Mr. Atutonu, does your mission include livestock and animal husbandry?
Oh, yes, even forestry. Yes, currently I noticed something, because I realized that we all complain about how this time the weather is warm. And then when I inquire from especially the Ministry of Environment, They told us there are so many factors, but including the cutting of trees. But how do we cut trees? We cut it to produce the furniture and clothes, but I haven't worked on the furniture production. But my concern was the firewood. And then I noticed that in the bush, there are a lot of other things that can burn, that you can use for firewood, but you don't do it. Even the trees. When they cut it, the roots are also firewood, but it is left there and then to perish. But there are some other items like palm trees. When the palm wine typers finish typing their palm wine, the tree lie there. And then you could see that if you have a bush burning, the fire can burn the items. But me, I'm telling myself that we have to take stock of anything that burns, even in our houses. Yeah. But only we have to we have to take care of some items that, like what is rubber. I could see that it is common now that to set fire, the women, they use sometimes plastic and coal. They are polluting the environment. Then I try to take stock of all what could burn and be used as a firewood. I even thought of manufacturing firewood so that we reduce the pressure on the forest. Yeah, I did that work also together with what I was doing for cultivating the vegetables. And then also the livestock. Yeah, but I work on fowls and then duck. Okay. Yeah, in my mission. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Mr. Atutonu Komedo, John, what was the source of founding the research work completed?
Yeah, the research work was funded by my company because I'm establishing a company. And then we are still at the research stage. The company is called Cadence International SA. And then it is an acquisition exchange. That one maybe I will have to explain. In French, they say bourse. It's an acquisition exchange. But what I'm bringing out is different from the stock exchange that the economists know. And then also the trade exchange, boost the commerce. But this one is an invention that I made. And then I communicated with the regional groups already. The Common Currency Program is aware of it. It's that company that is funding the research work. And then the company is going to harness this very research together with the authorities. But what I know is that anything that I do, I communicate to the authorities. Okay. Because I like to work in transparent manner.
Okay, Mr. Atutonu, you are an economist, isn't it?
Yes, I'm an economist. Yeah.
What is your commitment and involvement in a typical agricultural assignment?
Yeah, before becoming an economist, I was a marketer. So a marketer always look for needs to be satisfied. So I still have, not that when I become an economist, I throw the marketing. So it's the important thing that I would say is that I would like needs to be satisfied, and also for problem solving. Okay. These are the two items.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. It's rather unfortunate that we could not finish all our questions, but God willingly, next week, Saturday, we'll continue with the second phase. And this is how we close the curtain on our discussions of today. Thanks for doing the listening. My thanks also goes to my guest, Mr. Atutonu Komedo John, for accepting our invitation. And I would also like to say a big thanks to the crew on duty and the coordinator of the program. And also, my thanks also goes to our caller that calls, Auntie Fola Shade. Thanks so much for being part of our program. God willing, join us next week Saturday for another edition. Until next week Saturday, remain blessed.